Hey Libra, Libra rising, welcome to your 2025 horoscope and cosmic energy reading. Just know that this horoscope won't apply to every Libra or Libra rising because everyone has their own unique chart. So take what resonates, and if you want to get more deeper, book a one-to-one astrology reading. So there are a lot of changes occurring this year. A lot of changes, okay? Number one is the nodes will be shifting. So we've had the North Node in Aries and the South Node in Libra, which means that the eclipses have been in your sign and you've been the main character for a while now, where you've been going through major life changes, major epiphanies, turning points, a lot of things changing and transforming, okay? Now the energy is moving. It is moving. Sure, we'll have a solar eclipse in Aries on March the 29th, but the nodes are shifting, which means now the rest of the eclipses, apart from the one in March, will occur in Virgo and Pisces. So let's start off with that. So the nodes change on January the 11th, which means the nodes will move from your 7th house, the North Node moving out of your 7th house into your 6th house. So now, whatever has occurred with relationships, with marriage, with partnerships, with other people, and your life direction, you as a person and your identity and what you want to achieve in life and the path that you're on, that's all going to settle in now. And the next step forward now is to work with the themes of the 6th house. So the North Node being here, the 6th house rules over your daily life, your daily routine and habits. This is also the area of life that rules over work and being of service to others, as well as health and wellness. Now, not only is the North Node going to move into Pisces, and this is now where your higher self in the universe wants you to grow and expand in, but also we got the eclipses occurring in your 12th house. And I'm so used to talking about your 1st and 7th house with the nodes being in Aries and Libra, so it's going to take a while to get used to that. But with the North Node in your 6th house and the South Node in your 12th house, there's a focus on this physical world and what it takes to be physically well in this world and thriving, as well as your spiritual mind, body, soul, and spirit. You know, we have loads of different bodies, the spiritual body, the physical body, the etheric body. So now there's going to be a focus on balancing those two realms. Specifically the 6th house for you this year, because not only is the North Node going to be in your 6th house, but we're also going to have Venus retrograde that takes place in Aries, and Mercury retrograde takes place in Aries, but then it will move into Pisces, which means your 6th house. So when we have these retrogrades, so on March the 1st we got Venus retrograde, and then March the 15th we got Mercury retrograde, the themes of the last year and a half regarding relationships, that is going to have its aftermath. You know, that energy will take its time to still settle in, and there may be some things that certain Libra risings will go through and navigate through, okay? Because, come on, Venus, the goddess of love and relationships, at home in the 7th house in retrograde, yeah, still we're navigating through things. We're still working through the shadows. We're still realizing things, and we're still shifting and changing and healing and transforming. Yeah, that's going to continue. And there may even be some, communication here that you have to go over, or things that you have to navigate through regarding paperwork or documents in terms of partnership. That's Mercury retrograde in the 7th house as well. That's a possibility, but there's still a huge theme of reflecting. You know, it's so funny because as I'm speaking, I see a bird and it was chirping, but it's a little more closer to the window now. And to me, that's just freedom. You know, that's just liberation. So that's a little interesting little animal totem symbol thing there. So yeah, relationships are going to be huge. A huge emphasis on relationships as soon as we kick off the first quarter of 2025, and then the retrogrades will move into the 6th house. So now there's going to be a focus on work and how you're of service to the world, and also your health and wellness. There may be a need to really take care of that. There may be a need to kind of restructure your life and restructure your routine so that everything can flow harmoniously. I mean, you are the scales, you're all about harmony. So there's going to be emphasis on that as well. Navigating through relationships, navigating through your work and your health and your wellness and your just daily life and routine. So huge focus there. And in terms of the eclipses occurring in your 6th and 12th house, there can be major life occurrences regarding work, regarding wellness and health, regarding just a daily routine of your life, regarding spirituality, regarding even your creativity, regarding your connection with the divine. There can be major changes and shifts there as well with the eclipses. And it all depends on your chart and what is going on in your charts, as well as your natal aspects as well. So it all depends on your individual chart. But overall, a huge focus on health, wellness, daily routine, habits, work, and also how you have service to the world, as well as your spirituality, creativity, and your connection with the universe / the divine or your higher self or whatever you believe in. Okay. Now let's move on. Let's move on to Neptune and Saturn. Okay, because they are moving. They are moving out of your 6th house and into your 7th house. So I know I said that we're moving away from the nodes of being in your 7th and 1st house, but Saturn now is wanting you to really apply the lessons that you have been exposed to in the last few years. Saturn, the Lord of Time, the Lord of Karma, will enter your 7th house as well as Neptune. So there can be a part of you that wants to grow and evolve in terms of everything you've learned in the last year and a half with the nodes in the 7th and 1st house. And a part of you wants to also get back to being yourself, the Libra that you are, being in a romantic, happy, blissful, serene relationship. But then here comes Saturn in the mix where it's like, okay, but are we being realistic? Are we being sober? Are we being committed? Are we being responsible? Are we taking accountability? Are we in the right situation? Like, as a Libra, I find that, well, not me, I'm not a Libra, but just as I see Libras, it's very easy for them to get in relationships. Very easy. I mean, the ruler of Libra is a goddess of love. You can get out of one relationship and easily get into another relationship. It's really not that much of a difficulty or challenge for a Libra dominant. It's super easy. But then with that comes Saturn wanting you to really assess the next relationship you get into, or whatever your relationship status is. It's about reassessing and reevaluating and not falling into what you're usually used to, and that's falling head over heels over someone. It's about really taking into account every important part of a relationship and what it takes to make a relationship work. And is that person in alignment with you? And are you both committed? And are you both ready? You know? So if you're in a relationship, there can still be some tension that Saturn brings. There can still be some illusions that you have to, and rose-tinted glasses that you have to break and remove so that you can be left with nothing but just the truth. And if you are perhaps dating, you know, there may be some challenges in terms of you both have to really be ready to commit. There can't be no looking at everything from rose-tinted glasses. And if you're single and ready to mingle, or you wanting to date, this could be a time where you have to, well, Saturn really makes you, you know, go inwards. And it may be a time where you're not that positive or sure of relationships, because Saturn can definitely bring some tension and melancholy, but it still helps you to really become more mature and more wiser. So that's another major change, okay? We're moving forward in terms of relationships and your identity and your life path, but at the same time there's still lessons that we have to really soak in and process and integrate, and it's kind of like a simultaneous process, you know. I know we look at it very linearly, like, oh, this has moved out of my 7th house and now it's time to move forward, but as soon as one thing moves out of the 7th house, another thing comes in, and that's because we've learned certain lessons. Now we're ready to apply them and integrate them, but then there's further lessons ahead as well that we have to learn and integrate, and it's a process, but that is what the stars are saying right now. Now let's take a look at Jupiter, because on June the 9th, Jupiter enters Cancer, which means it will move into your 10th house. Now Jupiter brings growth, expansion, and it's a positive energy. Moving into your 10th house, it can bring a lot of expansion in terms of work and career. And there's already a lot of focus on work due to the 6th house. So with Jupiter here, you can definitely find yourself in a situation where you get an opportunity to grow further, to expand further. So this could be very beneficial. Typically, Jupiter is known to be a very positive influence. Again, it depends on what else is occurring in your chart. But if we're looking at it from the positive aspect, this could bring new opportunities and it can help you really excel in your career goals and ambitions. So that is a lovely positive transit. Another really nice transit is Uranus. On July the 7th, Uranus moves into Gemini, moving out of your 8th house. And I know that must have been really intense. I mean, Uranus being in your 8th house. But now, on July the 7th, Uranus moves into the 9th house. So this is really great because whatever you've learned in the past year or so with Jupiter in your 9th house, now Uranus is going to move into it and excite you more and bring more expansion, more excitement, and more sovereignty. You're going to want to travel more. You're going to want to be free and explore and go on adventures. You're definitely going to be very stimulated in terms of the mind, higher learning, the crown chakra. And this could be a time where, you know, just like your spiritual centers really open up. You know, Uranus can bring like just so much into the crown chakra. It can channel in so much and it can upgrade you so much as well. So that's a really nice positive as well. Now, Uranus is a slow moving planet, so it's going to be in your 9th house for a while. And this is going to be a journey of learning new insights, really integrating new aspects of yourself, opening up to new experiences and adventures. But this is a really nice positive energy. August the 6th, Mars enters Libra. So Mars is going to be in your sign from August the 6th, which means this is a time where you're going to have a lot of energy and a lot of stamina and a lot of momentum. And this is your time to really work with the Mars energy, so you can work with your creativity, so you can work with the things you enjoy and get things done. So that is a super important time of the year when Mars is in your sign, because you can get a lot of things done. Let's take a look at the lunar events of 2025 for you. So on April the 12th, we have a full moon in Libra. Now, full moons are about releasing old stagnant energy, things coming to an end, cycles coming to a closure, and making room for more energy, making room for new energy. A lot of transformations can occur during this time. This is a culmination period, which means also you can experience and see your manifestations occur. So this full moon is going to impact those especially who have 23 degrees of Libra in their chart. So take a look at your chart. So the new moon in Libra occurs on October the 21st. New moons are about new beginnings, new cycles. This is the time to plant seeds, plant your goals, and plan ahead. And this is a beautiful new moon because it's in Libra. It's in the sign of balance. It's in the sign of harmony. It's in the sign of love. So with the new moon in Libra, this will impact those that have strong Libra energy at 28 degrees or close by. If you do, this is the new moon that will impact you the most, and you can definitely expect some type of change or shift or transformation to occur in your life. So Libra rising, I hope you have an incredible month ahead. Stay in your heart center. Stay the beautiful Libra that you are, and I will catch you very soon. Sending you so much love.